How exciting. We have Eugene here with us and a special guest today, Luz, and I'm going to do introductions shortly. Welcome everyone to Career Stories with me, Jo McCarthy. This is all about chilling with Jo McCarthy. And for those of you that don't know me, I'm the founder of Science. I help people at a stage where they want to move up in their career and they need a strategy and a career roadmap to get there. If you're thinking about your next career move and have some uncertainty, then I can empower you with the right tools to make that happen. So creating a career roadmap, that's what it's all about. I also help businesses attract, recruit, and retain talent effectively. But today, it's all about Jobs for Humanity. Alongside my paid vocation, I'm grateful to head up the Aussie division. Now, if you haven't heard about Jobs for Humanity, it's a volunteer-led global movement Eugene and I are a part of. It's all about helping those who come from underrepresented backgrounds find meaningful work. And Northern Star is based on the agreement in 2015 where world leaders created 17 sustainable development goals. And it's all to do with us wanting to be a leading contributor to these development goals, to be able to contribute to quality, inclusive, and sustainable work for all. This series is all about introducing the career stories of our wonderful volunteers, both here and abroad. Today, we're traveling to the Netherlands. And as you know, I think career stories are quite inspiring. Today, I'm welcoming to the virtual stage, Eugene van der Hemel. Welcome, Eugene. How you doing?
Thank you. Hello, Joe. Hello, Australia. Hello, world. And thank you to be here.
Really glad to be here with you. It was a sunny day here in Melbourne. We just had some newfound freedoms, and I think a lot of people ended up going to the beach or having barbecues, but it was beautiful to be outside. But there's no better place to be here right now. So before I jump into asking you a few good questions, I'm sure everyone's giving you, Eugene, a big warm welcome. Now I'm going to pass it to you to say a few words about how you got to where you are now. How did you end up where you are? A summary about you, your career, and over to you.
Well, after a first career in the job placement markets, I quit in 2010. I had a variety of roles. I was recruiter, I was consultant, I was in the management. But I had the feeling that more and more I was talking about the color and the brand of the lease cars, and the quantity and the quality of the incentives, than about work, beautiful matches, and well, purpose. So I quit it, and I thought, okay, what have I done till now? I did some studies. I studied languages. I have now more than a decade experience in the commercial world. I still want to make matches, but then for people who really need one. So I started to help employers in finding beautiful people to do extraordinary things with them. I started with youngsters without start qualifications, some young women who left the prostitution, some people who were in prison and were ready to restart their life. And in 2015, yes, in 2015, I got a call and said, "Hey, Eugene, can we invite you to have coffee with some refugees? Because they also need to be brought to the job market."
Yes.
And I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So I met them, 4 guys, 3 from Syria, 1 from Afghanistan, and I said to myself, "Oh my God, what's happening here? What a beautiful people! What a talents! And what a waste if we don't succeed to bring them to a great job, because they have dreams, they have aspirations, they have skills, they have talents."
Yes.
So I added another community to the beautiful people I worked with, and yeah, that's
That's
what
wonderful.
I'm doing now.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing now. It's fantastic. So, in terms of, I guess, your current business, Heavenly Thoughts, could you share a little bit about the many roles that you play there? You know, of course, you've just given us a synopsis of how you started to work on, supporting refugees and people from underrepresented backgrounds. But tell us about Heavenly Thoughts and what's your mission?
Well, when I quit my job, I promised myself I will never work again for an employer who doesn't believe in me, but is just interested in making more money, making more profits.
Yeah.
So I saw just one solution: start my own business, and that was Heavenly Thought. Van den Hemel in English is heaven.
Yeah.
So Heavenly Thoughts, because I'm a dreamer, a thinker. I love to think big, and then how can we operate the beautiful thoughts? But as an owner of a business, you have very, very, very much roles. And yes,
correct.
The finance part, I'm not a star in it. The administration part, I'm not a star of it. With all those roles, you also get for free. So that was quite an experience where I wanted to focus on helping people. Really, in the first years, I needed a lot of help in building my business, building my administration, building my reputation, also marketing. How do you share your thoughts, your ideas? How do you ask for money for what you do? Because I wanted to help everyone for free, because hey, it's great helping people. But the bills didn't stop coming when I quit my job. So that was really the hard school, those early years, and sometimes it still is.
Yeah, I think I relate to a lot of what you're saying, having started out Protoscience. I think in 2018, when I did begin, I started pro bono. I was doing things pro bono until you get to that point of developing that self-confidence that, you have a specific mission and you are wanting to add value and then getting paid for that time. So time and the value that you give, and the dollar signs for here and the euro for over there. And I think the undercurrent for you has always been about helping people. And so that's the mission of Heavenly Thoughts. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And I guess Jobs for Humanity fuses with Heavenly Thoughts in the sense that we too want to help many people from the underrepresented backgrounds find meaningful work across the pond. So what inspired you to join Jobs for Humanity? Tell us the story about that, how you came across that.
Yeah. Well, when I started very locally, here in my town, in the neighbor's town, with the first refugees, the first people. And very fast that grow to the bigger cities in the Netherlands, Amsterdam, but also in the north, the south. In 2019, I was invited by Roy Baladi to speak on hiring success, about my experiences, my insights, about hiring, but also attracting refugees. Suddenly, I was there in Amsterdam on a big stage, an international audience from people in HR and talent acquisition. Yes, you also want to say something. And that was really a boost. It was a boost from, hey, wow, I want to scale up, not just make a tiny difference in my town.
Yeah.
I want to make the world better. And I am working here in Heavenly Thoughts as a solopreneur.
Yes.
Well, now also with my lovely wife. So we are two. But
excellent.
I want to make impact on the world. I don't believe in borders. I believe in humanity. So I have met Roy. I had that international audience. I have my cause, the refugees, but I also believe in diversity and inclusion for all those causes.
Yes.
So
that's
it. Whole mission was 100% equal to the mission of Jobs for Humanity.
It is. It's very directly proportional, very much aligned. And we're so grateful to have you training us in terms of how to go about taking refugees through a hiring process, connecting with clients. I think that's the easy part, because the majority of the Jobs for Humanity Australia team talent acquisition or in HR, and it's more about candidate attraction. Where do we find these refugees to talk to them about these opportunities, and for them to trust us to take them through a process, and are we going to do this for the greater good for them? So yeah, to have your expertise guiding us with that, we're very grateful for.
Thank you.
So no doubt then your mission with Jobs for Humanity is to support refugees. But what is the wider mission? Like, I know I spoke about the Northern Star, and for me, all the initiatives, they touch on people who are unemployed or underemployed. And if you look at the market right now, there's scarcity in the marketplace, and people want to enhance the diversity in hiring. So what would be your mission if you relate Heavenly Thoughts, the interactions with your clients and the candidates that are looking for work? What's the mission ultimately?
Well, I hope one day we don't look anymore to the labels. If it's a blind one, a 50 plus, refugee, or a young one, that we just look to work as something we get inspiration from, that we can have the feeling to contribute, that we are part of a big community of co-workers, and not the label I am black, white, young, blonde, red. And yes, I still tell around that I help a lot of refugees, but I prefer to shouting around that I help people, humans, no matter their shoe size, no matter the color of their hair, no matter their age, helping humans. And some humans are employer, some humans are employee, some humans are job seeker, but they all have dreams, they all have aspirations, and I hope that one day we can look back and say, hey, I did a little contribution to make this job market more lovely, more likely for everyone. Everyone feels safe, feels included, and feels invited to join.
Yes, all of that. I 100% back you on that, Eugene. Assisting people with wherever they are to get to where they want to be, finding meaningful work. What we do is we tend to tie our purpose to our vocation, what we choose to do with our career. And if we're doing it, why can't everybody do this too? And if there are people who need support to get there, that's where we come into play. So yes, you definitely are on a great mission, and Jobs for Humanity is also reaping the benefits of that, having you on board with the cohort. So now I want to reflect back to your career, and I want you now to tell us, what do you consider to be the biggest career achievement so far in your life?
Well, to be honest, I don't really look to the biggest achievements, because for the outside world, it was a time I drove that fat BMW, invited clients to dine in the Michelin star restaurants, to spend my money to champagne and nice clothings. The biggest achievements are the most tiny experience of the tears of joy of the man I just told that's going to be hired, that he has a job. The impact to him, to his partner, his family, but also his surrounding. All those tiny moments nobody sees, but where I am witness of, that are the biggest achievements. And I'm so grateful that they are there daily, on a daily basis. So, biggest achievements? No. Am I ambitious? Yes, I am. But
yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah. So it's all those moments that stack up that feel like they have given you joy and happiness within your life, also because of the things that you do within your career. And so
Driving this,
that's, yeah,
driving this big company car.
no, that doesn't cut
Maybe
it.
it looked as if I was rich, but I felt poor. Now
Mm,
I feel
yeah.
very rich.
So it's all about the inner engineering, not the external facade. That's what you're
Yes.
getting at. Yeah. Great wisdom, Eugene. And I hope those of you who are watching this right now live or on the replay can take some insights from that and implement it wherever you are in your career destination, wherever you are in your life journey. Now, I want to now flip it. Now, for you to be so wonderful, I wanted to know, did you have someone that supported you throughout your career? A coach, a mentor, an advisor? Who was it?
Well, a lot of people and a lot of
Yeah.
experiences. Also, in the first decades, when I was working in the job placement market, also a lot of managers who told me, "Hey, Eugene, you are not that commercial. Hey, Eugene, you are not that. You are also the labels, the stigma." Uh,
Mm,
and in those early days, I believed them.
mm,
Later on, when I started my own business, I had the biggest support of my family, my wife, who said,
yeah.
"Hey, I help you with the finances, I help you with administration,"
Mm,
but also clients, also refugees, because
yeah.
the first time I didn't know them, I didn't know their
Yeah.
culture, I didn't know their language,
Yeah.
so I showed my vulnerability in saying, from, "Hey, I'm just asked to have a cup of coffee with you. Uh, who are you? And what do you want to share with me?"
Mm,
And they supported me in opening their self, um, uh, giving their stories to me, giving their trust to me,
mm-hmm.
saying in their communities from, "Hey, Eugene is a
Yeah.
good guy. Go talk with him."
Yes.
So all those people I've met during, yeah, my growing up in the business,
Mm-hmm.
um, were so important for me. There was not just a coach or a manager. No, all those not important people who apparently are very important.
Hmm. So they don't necessarily have the title or the clout. They're not, classified as a thought leader or, oh,
No,
there was someone who was working in a VP role, a CEO that gave me insights and support. It's the people around you that gave you those insights into how to interact with others, simply put. Yeah.
I I come a lot of times at the food bank because a lot of people I help are there because they need
Yeah.
to be there.
Yeah.
And the stories I hear there, people who have really nothing, who are
Mm.
not respected by a lot of people, say, "Oh, those are the poor people."
Yeah.
And when you still see their eyes and see their and hear them tell and share their dreams, their hope
Mhm.
for their kids, that's inspiring, and this is my gasoline.
I like that. Yeah. So that's what gives you fulfillment in your life, in your career, through the work that you do, through the interactions that you have, and the impact that you're making, and the value that you're adding, and the stories that are being told that otherwise wouldn't be told. And to connect people and their dreams, that's pretty much what you are, aren't you? A dream connector.
A dream connector, but
Yeah. One of the things.
also because a lot of times you need to make some steps to reach to the dream, and the gap to the dream immediately is too big. So I help them to see those
Yeah.
steps in between. So they move. There is movement because I believe when there's movement, you just have to get the steer and go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right.
Yeah.
Start with movement.
Nice. So it's those micro steps that can lead to a macro move of some kind and make an impact in your life.
Yeah,
Wonderful.
yeah.
I love it. So now, I wanted to know a little bit more as we progress through the rest of the year and we reflect on, the new year that's imminent. How did that happen? Who
Yeah.
knows? Time goes in a heartbeat, it seems. What are the wonderful things that you'll be working on, do you think,
Well,
that you can share with us?
first, enjoy my family because it was a year of hard work. So November, December is also focus on the family things. Focus on what will I do in the next year,
Yes.
and I have a big two big wishes. I want to share more my ideas, my vision,
Yeah.
podcasts, and podium on stages,
Hmm.
and I want to write the book in what I share my stories, experiences, insights, the funny things, the sad things, the happy things,
Yes.
the inspiring,
Yes.
so that there is also something to read because I'm a reader. So that
Yes, I
will be
see that.
two big uh, bonuses for 2022.
Hmm.
And if someone is there in the audience who says, "Hey, then I have some great suggestions," please
Yeah.
connect me, because this is really new stuff for me.
Excellent. So you're stepping out of your comfort zone into a challenge. You're going to write a book. You're going to make more impact with Heavenly Thoughts and, of course, with Jobs for Humanity. You'll be
Yes,
training us and, in turn, training other businesses with how to, I guess, recruit talent that come from underrepresented backgrounds, refugee being one of which.
yeah,
Now, I know you were recently also on a podcast. So what we'll do is a bit of a shout out there. If you want to just quickly tell us what that podcast was about, because it was sharing your story, wasn't it?
yes. I was asked by Matt Aller to share also my ideas about um, hiring refugees. How do you do that? How do you find refugees? And
Yes.
also, I was so thankful to him. The question, hey, tell me about Jobs for Humanity, because also Jobs for Humanity needs a bigger stage. And I also hope more and more people just go to the website and see, hey, what are all those beautiful people doing there? And
Yes.
how can I join? Because I am sure that people will find there a warm blood where you can learn, where you can be yourself, where you can help each other to make the job market in the world a little bit lovelier, more beautiful.
That's exactly what every recruiter, if you're listening to this, I'm sure they all want to play that type of role because, after all, you get into the role of recruiter because you're wanting to help people with the next career move that they make. And what better way than to help people that really need it? And so,
Exactly.
yeah, go ahead to www.jobsforhumanity.com if you're wanting to find out more information. If you are a candidate and you come from one of the underrepresented backgrounds, we have specific job sites that you can share your interests. There's a link there for refugees. Hi, Liz. And in the meantime, please follow Eugene on LinkedIn. He also shares stuff on Instagram. We'll share the links below. And if you're wanting to connect, I'm sure Eugene will love to hear from you. If you want any support or advice when it comes to hiring from underrepresented backgrounds through Heavenly Thoughts, get in touch with Eugene. And also for Jobs for Humanity, if you're interested, get in touch with either of us and we can tell you more about it. So it's been wonderful to have you. I just wanted to know, because you've been giving so much wisdom and you've been sharing your story, and it's quite an inspiring one, leaving behind, I guess, the corporate world, if you like, the big bank balance and all the luxuries and the materialism, and starting something and having the support of your family and continuing to drive that work 11 years later.
Hmm.
What advice have you got for the viewers and the listeners out there watching it both live and on the replay?
Well, be aware that no matter where you are, who you are, what your background is, to give a smile, a shoulder, a reaching arm is for free. So you can help everyone. And then one day, when you need a smile, or a reaching hand or
Mm-hmm.
a shoulder, uh, I assure you there will be a lot, because you gave so much, then you will receive also so much.
That's
And
so
that's
true.
for life, and that's for business.
I like that. And is that why you have the motto on your LinkedIn banner, choose to be kind?
Yes, yes,
Yes.
it's for free. We all, everyone can make the decision. I will be kind today. No matter how the other reacts to me, no matter what the situation is, no matter if something irritates me or frustrates me, I can decide to react in a kindly way. And I
Agreed.
believe when you do that, you also will receive a lot of kindness yourself.
There you are. There's the wisdom. That's great advice, Eugene. It's so wonderful to have you with us. I'm excited about the impact that you're making, both through your business as well as with Jobs for Humanity. Once again, audience, feel free to reach out to Eugene, follow him on LinkedIn, follow him on his Instagram. He shares some amazing pictures of where he lives. Really cool.
Thank
And
you.
Luz is always your companion, and it's so beautiful to actually see her growing up before our eyes. So thank you for sharing that with us. Once again, to find out more and to get involved, go to jobsforhumanity.com. And to candidates, we'll drop the links in the comments. And Luz, thank you so much for being here today, sweetie.
Thank
We're
you.
so grateful, so grateful. And I'll see you on the other side, Eugene. I can't wait to read your book. So onwards and upwards with that.
Hey, enjoy your day, enjoy your night. Take care,
Take care,
and
everyone, and stay
stay
safe.
kind.
Where,
Bye
yes,
bye.
exactly. Bye.